What's going on, guys? So, guys, alright, so today we are back. Alright, let me just pull it up. Alright, so today we play some more Nations. Okay, I did go for a bit. I did play a game with Tyler and a couple of his friends. Well, my friends too, and yeah, it was awesome. Now, today's video, we're going to be doing a scenario of what if, okay. So we're gonna do like a Middle East battle. I think I did one already, but I'm going to do it again. Alright, only because this time I'm going to use that new technique I used last video. Alright, so let's real quick fix some of the bullets. Okay? I want to get rid of all like the revolutionary bullets, okay? Because yeah, we're not going to include them today. Alright. So we're going to go with like around the time with Syria and where Syria didn't have like any type of war. Alright, so like where Syria didn't have a revolution. Alright, that's where we're going to go with. Now today's scenario is what if there was a so today's scenario is what if Middle East had like a little bit of a battle, right? So like what if a bunch of rivalries started between like what if the rivalries, for example, like Saudi Arabia and Iran, Israel and Palestine, like what if all of them went into a team? Alright, so the first team, we're gonna have red team as the aggressor. Okay, I did use blue as the aggressor because I mean Russia was red and I didn't really want to change the course. So yeah, but today's video we are so red is the aggressor and blue is like the peaceful one. Alright, I only did red one before because I didn't really want to paint Russia's color red because I mean I could have used blue, but like as for I don't know. So Saudi Arabia and Israel are gonna form an alliance. We're going to form the red team. Along with this, we also got Jordan. They're going to join the red team because they're not really like that bad relations with Israel. I don't actually know if I don't know what type of country it's for. Yeah, so we're gonna do like a Middle East battle. Okay, mainly with Israel and Palestine, but we're also gonna do Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia. And yeah, they're gonna ask John to join, which John's gonna accept. Alright, so there we go. Let's count that. Now, for blue team, there's a couple of blue team countries that are gonna join. Alright, well, countries not blue team. So we got Israel, not Israel. We got Iran. Alright, Iran's gonna join, and Iran's actually it's gonna be Israel versus Iran and stuff like that. Joining them is gonna be Iraq. And then we've also got Syria. Now Turkey on the round is going to join. So we go. Armenia is going to join the blue team as well. Now for Turkey, since Armenia is on the red team or blue team, they're going to join the red team. All right, so they're going to join the red team right here. So there we go. Don't worry, we're not including any European boys. I'm just including all of Turkey, right? And then also another country who's going to join red team is Azerbaijan. Right now, Azerbaijan is going to join red team most likely because they don't. I mean, they don't want to join blue team. They don't have too much alliance with. I don't really know if they have any alliance with Iran or anything, but I know they're going to hate Armenia instantly. So yeah, they are going to do that. Georgia on the end is going to join. I'm not going to include Georgia in this scenario. I'm going to leave them out because I mean, Russia's there, so they're probably going to, I'm not going to include Georgia in this scenario, so I'm going to leave them out. On the other hand, so that's kind of it. And then, let's include the other countries. So another country going to be joining blue team is going to be Palestine, and also Lebanon, right? And then let's also have Yemen. Okay, Yemen's going to join the blue team. There we go. So it's all going to be Middle East. Okay, no other countries like no Asia or anything, no Africa, no Europe, just the Middle East, right? Well, I mean it is technically Asia, but it's the Middle East. So that's kind of it. I don't know about the other countries. UAE is going to most likely join red team, so we'll do that. Oh no. Pakistan is also going to join red team because of the so Pakistan is technically a Middle Eastern country. I'm going to include them in this as well. Obviously India we're not going to include them, okay, because they're a part of Asia and we don't really want it. Also we don't really want any strong countries. Turkey's a strong country, but that's kind of because they are like mainly in the heart. Now we also for Pakistan are going to join the red team because Turkey's there, and then Afghanistan's going to join the blue team, right? And I think we'll leave out Stan nations as well. Okay, we're going to also leave out some of these small nations actually, and then all the other remaining countries like Kuwait is going to join blue team. We also got and then we'll include these. Okay, these three are going to join the blue team as well. So this is going to be the kind of like map of today's video. Okay, so we're going to leave out Georgia. Oh, jeez, I didn't mean to. I meant to cover in Lebanon. There we go. So we're going to leave out Georgia, I'm going to leave out Spanish, okay? I'm only leaving out Georgia only because I don't really want them in the scenario. And also, I'm pretty sure, I've got to admit, I think, we'll include them, we're Middle East, we might as well. Georgia and Iran is going to join blue, it's going to join red team, alright? Because they are more allies with, like, Armenia and they go, like, Western. So, yeah, they are going to join the blue team. Alright, so there we go. Red team. So that's going to mark the scenario, okay? So, first thing that's gonna happen, right, in this war is Saudi Arabia is gonna give. Let's include Egypt. Egypt's technically Middle East, so Egypt is gonna join the blue team. All right, just to give a bit more to. So yeah, so there we go. We're now done. I'm only including Egypt as well because yes, now that's gonna be the only African nation. All right, only because they are in there. All right, so all right, now we're done with all the teams. So the first thing that's gonna happen is we're gonna have first thing's gonna happen is with Palestine. Now Israel is gonna be Israel and Palestine are gonna be a breaking point. Now Russia and China they're gonna be like we're gonna include Russia and China in, but they're gonna be like send aid. Okay, they're not actually going to war. So them two are gonna be sending aid for Palestine. India and USA on the other hand, they're going to be sending aid to Israel. Right now, with all this happening, Turkey and the Georgia and Azerbaijan, they're going to be attacking Armenia. Right now, they're going to be able to defeat Armenia with ease. Okay, kind of an easy one. While doing this, Saudi Arabia is going to attack into Yemen and also Bahrain and Bahrain, and also into Yemen, defeating those with ease. On the other hand, blue team's gonna have some advantages as well. Alright, so the first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna do a big attack into Palestine, take Pakistan, take over the southern part, and also so they're gonna take out all Pakistan. While doing this, Iran is gonna push a little bit up into Azerbaijan. So we're gonna take out this little part right here. Okay, now it's on the land. Now while doing this, Turkey is going to attack into Syria over here, into the top part. Now, on the other hand, for them as well, Saudi Arabia is going to give aid over to Israel, and Israel is now going to attack Palestine as they easily defeat. Alright, now while doing this, they're going to attack Suez Canal and push into Egypt. Alright. Now, while doing this, they're going to attack Lebanon. Now, blue team's going to lose quite a bit, but they are going to now, so there we go. And also, they're going to attack Kuwait and defeat them with these. Now, the other countries there, Iran's going to like the strong, so with them. Now, Russia and China are going to give them lots of aid, and with this, the blue team are going to go back into business. All right, what they're going to do is they're first of all going to liberate Armenia, and they're going to attack Azerbaijan and eventually take out Azerbaijan's mainland. Because Azerbaijan's now down to enclave. They're going to push back in Syria and actually push into. They're going to push into Turkey over here. Along with this, they're going to attack a bit of Georgia's land. They're going to re-liberate Lebanon and Kuwait. They're going to attack a bit into Saudi Arabia. So there we go. Now, while doing this, red team is going to have a bit of success as they attack into Pakistan, and eventually they're going to liberate all Pakistan's land, so making Pakistan back to the red team. It's going to become kind of crazy, right? Now, red team's going to push back. Blue team, on the other hand, is going to come in and attack the Gaza Canal, and is going to push back. With Egypt, they're going to push back the Israel. Right now, red team now Saudi Arabia is going to do a massive offensive into around land over here, and they're going to take over a good portion of the land. Alright, they're going to stop there. Right now, they're going to be near the outskirts of Iran, but obviously Iran is going to, with Russia and China, are going to push back. Going to push them back and eventually kick them out of their land. Right. Also, they're going to go back into attack a bit of Pakistan. Okay, India and Iran's going to send aid over to Pakistan. Obviously, just this war. Right, just because they are helping out Israel. Right, so yeah, they are going to give aid over to Pakistan, and with this, Pakistan is now going to have a bit more strength, and they're going to charge back in. And they're actually also going to attack Afghanistan, defeating them, and they're going to set a new front over here to Iran. Alright. Now, along with this, Turkey's going to go back in and he's going to attack some more Syria. Eventually, going to team up and attack Lebanon. They're going to push back into Gaza, and they're going to attack back into Suez Canal. Eventually, seizing all that, but liberating it. After doing this, they're gonna push back in Georgia, and they're gonna go attacking Afghanistan. Now now Russia is gonna send more and more aid over to Iran, and with this, they are gonna be able to fully take over all the Middle East, and they're gonna set a bit. They're gonna go take over a lot of Turkey. Right now, while doing this, they're going to set a bit of islands. They're going to take over UAE. They're going to liberate Oman and liberate also Yemen, and also going to liberate Qatar and Bahrain. Now, while doing this, the red team is going to go. Red team is kind of split. Okay, they're split between Asia, as Pakistan's on their own really, and then we've also got Saudi Arabia down here, and then we've got Israel and all this. Right now. They're going to go back in and re-liberate Lebanon, officially split in red team again, and also they're going to they're going to push up the Turks out of Syria. Now, USA is lucky enough going to give Israel some aid, and with this, they're going to actually full on attack into Egypt over here, take over a few provinces. But then Egypt's going to use some more of their men, and they're going to push back in, okay, eventually re-liberating them. Right now, eventually they're going to come back in, and eventually they're going to re-liberate Palestine. Round the other round, they're going to take over, yeah. So now it's kind of getting back to where it was. Okay, now Turkey's going to push the Iranian people out of the land. Eventually, going to go back in and liberate Georgia. Eventually, going to take over the enclave of Azerbaijan, and they're going to set out a new front into Turkey. Now, with the mountains there, it's going to be impossible. So they're going to have to just defend. Now, Iran's going to do a bit of another little push in here. Eventually, taking over a good portion of it. Now, Turkey's going to push them back. Now, Turkey's actually not going to be able to invade Iran because of the mountains, so they're going to just make a big blockade right there. Now, officially, that front is going to go down, right? But what is not going to go down is that Israel comes back in, or they're going to charge back in. Sorry, not Israel, Turkey, and they're going to take over Azerbaijan, and also they're going to attack Armenia, okay, and seize Armenia. Now, with this happening, eventually they're going to put up a good blockade there. Now, with this, Iran is now going to focus a lot of their men southward as they push back to Pakistan, and they're going to come back in and attack a good portion of Afghanistan. Okay, not all of it, right? Actually, so they're going to attack a good portion of it, but not all of it. Right, so up here, they're going to attack the top part. Right, now, eventually going to do good, and they're going to liberate. They're going to liberate Afghanistan. Now, with down here, Saudi Arabia is going to hold out a lot. All right, and then we also got Israel. Eventually, USA is going to give them some more aid, and this is now where Red Team goes unstoppable. All right, so the first thing they're going to do is take over Palestine, take back Suez Canal. I'm actually going to do a good push into Egypt, and they're going to take over the whole top part of Egypt. Okay, eventually taking over a good part right there. And also they're going to go down, eventually blocking Egypt from their coast. So taking over all of Egypt's post stuff. So now they're going to stop Egypt giving aid. Okay. Now, along with this, Turkey's going to push into Syria, and they're going to kick him out there and defeat Lebanon. While doing this, Saudi Arabia is going to come in and take over Yemen, Oman, UAE, Bahrain, Qatar. Pakistan is going to get some more aid from India, and they're going to push back into Afghanistan, taking out all the territory. Right. After doing this, they're going to take over Kuwait. Now, Iran's going to get more aid from Russia and China, so they are going to go back in and, they're going to help out Egypt right here. Well, actually, they're going to go back in, they're actually going to attack a good portion of Saudi Arabia. They're going to go back in and attack, re-liberate all the territories over here. And eventually they're going to take over a few ports of Azerbaijan, but Pakistan's going to get a lot of aid there. Right? They're going to go back in and attack a good portion of Syria and Lebanon. And actually, they are going to go they liberate Georgia, and they're going to go take a good portion of Saudi Arabia. Right? Eventually, they're going to go through here, and then they're going to go back in and give back Egypt all the ports. Now, Red Team, it does look like Red Team's going to lose, because also up here, Iran's going to go back in and attack all the Caucasus, and they're going to attack into Turkey. Right. Eventually, it might look like the Red Team's going to lose, as they are slowly losing a lot of the land. Okay, eventually being kicked out a lot of places. Okay, Saudi Arabia is going to get liberated to the blue team, and eventually Iran's going to do a good push, right? But then, But then USA send in a lot of their men along with India and yeah. So eventually with this, they're now going to push back. They're going to push back into main. Okay, let's not do the series ones. They're going to push back into Turkey, and they're going to go back into liberate Georgia, and eventually take over Armenia and Azerbaijan. Israel's going to go back in and take over Palestine, pushing into Suez Canal, and they're going to go back in and re-liberate all Georgia. Okay, now after doing this, they're going to push into Saudi Arabia and officially liberate Saudi Arabia. Pakistan's going to push up into Azerbaijan and no. Now, blue team, they're going to ask. The blue team are going to ask the Caucasus to join. All right, so a few of the Stan countries, they're all going to accept. Okay, officially join this war and officially making a new front. All right, so it's going to be a little bit of a hard push. Now, eventually with this, they're going to liberate Afghanistan, and soon they're going to take a good couple arms of Pakistan. Okay. Now, red team is now stronger than the blue team. All right, so along with this, they're going to go back in and re-liberate Lebanon. They're going to do a full-scale invasion into Egypt, which goes well as they fully defeat Egypt. Okay, officially defeating Egypt, and Egypt's now out the war. All right. Now, this is actually going to go pretty good. They're going to do well. The blue team's going to do well over here, right? But eventually, India's going to give them just more and more aid. Yeah, they're going to continue. And eventually, Pakistan's going to come back in, and they're going to push into Afghanistan. Okay, yeah. Alright, they're going to push to Afghanistan, and eventually they're now going to push up into the Middle East country. Okay, eventually pushing up here into Uzbekistan, and eventually taking over Tajikistan as well. Eventually, they're going to take over all of that. Iran is now in a hard push. Eventually, USA is actually going to destroy some Russian ships and Chinese ships, and now Iran's going to lose all. Eventually, Russia and China are going to stop giving them aid now, and it's just going to leave this war. All right. Now, India and USA are going to give them, give them more and more aid, and they're officially going to start giving them aid, and now they must last their own. So, with the red team's help, they're going to go back in, eventually liberating all of the Middle East. So, eventually defeating the blue team out right here. Turkey's going to push back into Syria over here, and also are going to push into Iran. Eventually going to take over Iran and also Kuwait. Finally, it's just Iran. Okay, Iran is now the only blue team country left. Now, with every country uniting, they're now going to send a final message called the final attack. So it's going to go well as they go push into a good portion of Afghanistan, also to Pakistan. And also going to push into some of the central Caucasus area. Okay, they're going to use the sea. They're going to go into a good portion of Alright, they're going to push back in over here, and they're going to push into Kuwait and Afghanistan. Alright, Iraq. While doing this, they're going to push up into Azerbaijan, and also Armenia, and also a good portion of Turkey. Alright. Now, this message was actually pretty good, as they did take over a good portion of land, right? But it does come to an end, okay? As obviously Iran knows they're going to lose. So Pakistan's going to push back into their main territory, also pushing into Afghanistan. Saudi Arabia is going to push back into their territory as well, and they're going to push back in to get all of their over here. Push back to Kuwait, eventually pushing back into their main territory. And also, Turkey is going to take back the land and eventually re-liberate all the Caucasus. And eventually going to push up into and push back. Now, Afghanistan has lost quite a lot of their men, and they are now going to They're now going to go in defensive mode, okay, protect all of their territory. All right, now it's going to do kind of good. Unfortunately, the Turks can't make an offensive, but they are. So the Turks are now going to not make an offensive up here, as there's mountains over here. So yeah, now over here though, there's going to be a good western push. So over here we've got the western push. They're going to use a bit of men from Azerbaijan, eventually taking over the mountains, and Turkey's now going to expand, and now officially Saudi Arabia is going to enter over here, and finally Iran's going to now surrender, and boom! Alright, there now. Okay, officially red team wins the war. Alright, well. Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey are all going to win as well, right? So this was one of the best roleplays I've done yet, right? Actually, kind of a whole Middle East battle with. Yeah. Now, the reason why I didn't include Pakistan as well, because they are technically kind of a Middle East and Asia country. Also, I wanted to include them because they were a good allies, right? Anyways, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and officially set up a new peace treaty. Alright, so we'll see what happens in peace treaty, okay? I might make Kazakhstan some territory as well, but I'm not going to. But yeah, so we're now going to take a look at We're now going to take a look at a peace treaty and see what happens. Going to be amazing, for facts. Sorry, I forgot I was still playing the video. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot I was still on. My video, so soon. I was singing a song like a weird voice. Anyway, so let's go on with the peace treaty. So, first of all, let's start off with Israel. They're going to take over Palestine, Lebanon, and they're going to take over the Suez Canal from Egypt. Egypt is going to stay in Africa, but Egypt's going to stay, but they are going to lose Suez Canal, and now they're officially just staying in Africa. Okay, they're not in Egypt anymore. Okay, now, so there we go. Now over here with in Saudi Arabia, they're going to take over. They're going to take we got quite a lot going on. Okay, now over here, Azerbaijan, they're going to take over all of Armenia. Georgia's going to lose the Russian ports. Turkey is going to take over a portion of Syria and a portion of Iran, and they're going to make Syria and Iraq puppet states. All right, so we got that. Also, we've got we also got Saudi Arabia taking over this big long part over here, and then Pakistan. They're going to take over Afghanistan. So the they're going to take over Afghanistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan. And they're going to take over a good portion of Iran. Iran is going to get a new government by the USA. Okay, and actually, what's going to happen is a better version is Israel, or not Israel. Iran is going to get a puppet state. So Iran's going to. It's gonna lose. So yeah, now over here, Iran's gonna be fully submitted to the USA, as they did like technically. Now this is so there. Now, also, so actually, okay, I've got. And also, so since USA did technically join the war, they're going to gain Iran and Egypt as pop states. So Egypt's going to stay alive, but they are going to lose Suez Canal and they're going to become a pop state of USA. Right. So yeah, since USA did technically give aid, I mean India could get everything out of it, but no. Also, yeah, so this is kind of what's happened. Okay, basically Pakistan, since India's kind of aided them in this war, Pakistan is going to let India have. Pakistan's going to let India have all of Kashmir, right? They don't really care about this area, and only because they do have new territory and they like it, right? So officially, this is the end of the war, okay, of Pakistan versus of the blue team, so of the Middle East battle, okay. So it was what if countries went to allies stuff, okay. So yeah, what random was. So Oh yeah, actually no, not UAE. No. I forgot to say UAE is not getting anything out of this. No, I forgot to say they were actually meant to be independent. So yeah, UAE is gonna stay alive. They're the only Middle Eastern country left, but the other ones are gonna be decimated by Saudi Arabia. Alright, so out of this war, the one who's gained the most is Turkey. Actually, no, Pakistan. Actually, surprisingly, Pakistan's the one who gained the most, because they've gained all this. Um, I would have said Turkey probably, but I mean Pakistan is getting. I would say the one who's getting the most land is Pakistan. Right, that's most likely. Okay, that's the one who gained the most land because they got like five other countries. And then the one who's like lost the most land, I want to say Iran because I mean they still got all the land, and the one is I think I would say is probably gonna be Egypt in this war, right? Only because they lost Suez Canal, right? Which is kind of big. Um, I mean, actually, I think I would say it's technically Syria. No, Syria. Yeah, Syria's the one who's lost the most land, because they did lose like the top part and they were made to a proper state by the USA. Right. So yeah, out of this war, we had quite a few different things happen, but yeah, mainly we've got USA creating two new pop states. They actually do end up actually being feeling very generous, and they're actually going to give. They're going to give. Let's let's do bright yellow for UAE. So yeah, now they're gonna actually give a good part of. They're gonna actually give Iran over to India. So India's gonna populate Iran. Only because they were another country did technically in this war and they didn't really get enough. Okay, they did get a good portion of Pakistan. Now eventually out of this war, so basically USA is gonna take over Egypt. Iran's going to be taken over by India. Right, so India is now going to affect Iran. I was going to originally do USA, but since India did also do that. Now, along with this as well, China and Russia are going to get sanctions by the USA. Right, only because they did aid on the side of Iran. Alright, so that's kind of also what they're going to get. Okay, they're going to get sanctions. So that's kind of basically the war. So yeah, the one who's lost most land, Syria. The one who's getting most, Pakistan. Alright. Actually, I'm liking this. Okay, I actually kind of like this. It's kind of cool as well. Different type of thing. I'm gonna probably start using this for a couple of videos. Alright. Anyways, guys, so we're gonna have to end off today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos. Let's ciao, and bye.